Hey, it's Carla from Central Bark again, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about enrichment toys, what they are, how to use them, and why your dog's going to love you for giving them one. So I'm going to get started with what we're filling the Kong or enrichment toy with. And for Miss Gypsy, what I'm gonna actually fill it with is just her regular kibble. So in this bowl, I've just got regular plain dry kibble. It's the food that she gets every single day. But for your dog at home, you might add in dog treats, pieces of apple or carrot, other types of things like that, pieces of hot dog or chicken. So you can make it a little bit exciting for them if you want to spice things up a little bit. But Gypsy loves her kibble, so she's going to be really, really happy with an enrichment toy that is stuffed with just kibble. But what I'm going to do before stuffing is I'm actually going to soak this kibble with water. Now, your dog, you could soak it with a little bit of yogurt or canned pumpkin. You could soak it with low sodium chicken broth or beef broth. But again, Gypsy loves her kibble, so I'm just going to do water. And all I'm going to do is let it soak for 15 to 20 minutes until this kibble puffs up. And then once it's puffy, I'm going to use that to stuff her enrichment toy. So we'll just take this. We'll add a little bit of water until everything is floating. And once it's floating, I know that I've got enough water in there for it to get nice and puffy. So what that is going to look like is this mixture right here. So this is the same type of kibble, but it's just been soaked for a little bit. So it's mushy and soft and it just crumbles in my hands. So this is what we're gonna use to stuff Gypsy's enrichment toy. And this is what she's gonna be working on once it's fully frozen. And I'm gonna show you how to do that too. So I've got a topple here. This is another type of enrichment toy that's really fun for dogs, and we're gonna stuff it just like we would stuff a Kong. So I'm just gonna take spoonfuls of this kibble mix here and get it right into that topple. So I wanna make sure to pack it nice and tight. And because everything is nice and mushy, it's all gonna freeze together and create a really awesome toy for her to work on. And you can see she got off the blanket behind me because she is excited about the possibility of getting to work on this, huh? Oh, and I dropped a piece. Oh my gosh, making a mess, but she's gonna clean up for me. There we go. So we are stuffing our topple here, and in just a second, I'm gonna show you what this looks like totally frozen. So here is our beautiful topple that is filled. And this was about a half a cup of food. So I still have a lot of kibble that I can use to stuff even more of these. And this right here is gonna take Gypsy probably 20 to 30 minutes to work through as she's licking and kind of gnawing on the pieces to get them out. The thing to keep in mind is that this and any toy that you find is not going to be indestructible. If you have a dog that loves chewing and ripping toys apart, you are absolutely going to have to make sure that you supervise them while they're working on this item, especially if they've never had one before. Now, Gypsy doesn't chew things apart, so I'm not too worried about giving this to her and leaving her with it, but it is something to just be cautious of if your dog is using something like this for the first time. It's pretty exciting, yeah. So I'm gonna grab the next version. Yeah. And here we've got a totally frozen solid topple. So as you can see, this is solid, nothing is falling out of here, and Gypsy is really excited to start working on it. She's very happy to just sit here and lick on this topple. And this means that while she is working on this item, I can get other stuff done. So I can do laundry, or I can do some work and be productive, or read a book, or go for a walk, whatever I need to do for myself while she is happily entertained working on this topple. Now, the thing that's really cool about using enrichment toys like this, having things that are stuffed, solid, and frozen for your dog to lick and gnaw on, is that while she's working on this, endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin are all being released into her system, which is just a good mix of happy, feel-good chemicals that are gonna help her be more relaxed and are gonna help her sleep more restfully and just be more chill throughout the day. So this is a great item for her to work on. I'm gonna let her work on it over here. Come here, babe. Good girl. There you go. Good puppy. So we'll let her continue to work on that, and I'll just talk to you about a couple other things. So when we're looking at enrichment toys like this, one of the things that is great for our dogs is mental enrichment and activity. Now, when you feed your dog their normal meal out of a bowl, it probably takes them 30 seconds to hoover it all down and swallow it up. But when we're looking at enrichment toys, just like this one that Gypsy's working on, like I said, it's gonna take her 20 to 30 minutes to work through that item. That's a lot of mental engagement and stimulation for her, which is awesome. So for her, because all that's in here is just kibble, just her regular food, that means that it can act as a meal replacement for her. So instead of getting a bowl of food, she can get 2 or 3 of these tupples that have food mushed in them, and that can act as her breakfast or her dinner. So she gets a little bit more engagement, a little more stimulation, and I don't have to do much other than stuff it and put it in the freezer and then give it to her once it's frozen. Now, your dog at home might want something a little extra in there, like I said earlier, so you can do a spoonful of peanut butter mixed with kibble, yogurt, canned pumpkin, mashed bananas work really, really well. But your dog's probably gonna love you for whatever you put in that Kong for them, as long as it is a safe and healthy option to add to it. So get started with stuffing Kongs and tupples for your dog, and then freeze and watch the magic happen. They're gonna be really grateful, and they're gonna be super relaxed and cozy, ready to chill and watch a movie with you after they finish. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.